First Book of Enoch. Introduction. Enoch, often called the Ethiopian Enoch, is a remarkable work of ancient religious literature that has captivated readers for centuries. Traditionally attributed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, it expands on the brief biblical mention of him as a man who walked with God and was taken to heaven, Genesis 5 verse 24. Although it is not part of most biblical canons, the first book of Enoch has significant historical and theological value, particularly in Ethiopian Christianity, where it is fully embraced as scripture. The first book of Enoch is a collection of writings composed between the 3rd century BCE and the 1st century CE. It combines apocalyptic visions, moral teachings, and cosmological insights. The book is divided into 5 major sections. 1. The Book of the Watchers. This section narrates the descent of fallen angels, their union with human women, and the birth of the Nephilim. It explores themes of divine judgment and the corruption of humanity. 2. The Book of Parables, also known as the Similitudes. It introduces the concept of a messianic figure, the Son of Man, who brings judgment and salvation. 3. The Astronomical Book, a detailed account of heavenly mechanics and the calendar, reflecting ancient cosmological beliefs. 4. The Book of Dream Visions. Symbolic dreams reveal the history of the world and its ultimate destiny. 5. The Epistle of Enoch, a moral exhortation calling for repentance and righteousness while warning the wicked of divine retribution. The first book of Enoch's influence extends beyond Judaism, shaping Christian and even Islamic thought. It is referenced in the New Testament, particularly in the Epistle of Jude, which quotes it directly. Its themes of divine justice, cosmic order, and the triumph of good over evil resonate with apocalyptic traditions in books like Daniel and Revelation. Preserved in Guizi, the classical language of Ethiopia, the first book of Enoch provides a window into the religious imagination of ancient times. Whether studied for its historical, theological, or literary value, it remains a profound and compelling work that bridges the gap between the worlds of early Judaism and Christianity. Chapter 1. 1. The words of the blessing of Enoch, wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be two living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. And he took up his parable and said, Enoch, a righteous man, whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the angels showed me, and from them I heard everything. And from them I understood as I saw, but not for this generation, but for a remote one which is 3 for to come. Concerning the elect I said, and took up my parable concerning them. The Holy Great One will come forth from his dwelling. 4:5 And the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai, and appear from his camp, and appear in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens. And all shall be smitten with fear, and the watchers shall quake, and great fear and trembling shall seize them unto the ends of the earth. 6 And the high mountain shall be shaken, and the high hill shall be made low, and shall melt like wax before the flame. 7 And the earth shall be wholly rent in sunder, and all that is upon the earth shall perish, and there shall be a judgment upon all men. 8 But with the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect, and mercy shall be upon them. And they shall all belong to God, and they shall be prospered, and they shall all be blessed. And he will help them all, and light shall appear unto them, and he will make peace with them. 9 And behold, he cometh with 10,000s of his holy ones to execute judgment upon all, and to destroy all the ungodly, and to convict all flesh of all the works of their ungodliness which they have ungodly committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Chapter 2. 1. Observe ye everything that takes place in the heaven, how they do not change their orbits, and the luminaries which are in the heaven, how they all rise and set in order each in its season, and 2. Transgress not against their appointed order. Behold ye the earth, and give heed to the things which take place upon it from first to last, how steadfast they are, how none of the things upon earth 3 change, but all the works of God appear to you. Behold the summer and the winter, how the whole earth is filled with water, and clouds and dew and rain lie upon it. Chapter 3. Observe and see how in the winter all the trees seem as though they had withered and shed all their leaves, except 14 trees, which do not lose their foliage but retain the old foliage from 2 to 3 years till the new comes. Chapter 4. And again, observe ye the days of summer, how the sun is above the earth over against it, and you seek shade and shelter by reason of the heat of the sun, and the earth also burns with glowing heat, and so you cannot tread on the earth, or on a rock by reason of its heat. Chapter 5. 1. Observe ye how the trees cover themselves with green leaves and bear fruit. Wherefore give ye heed, and know with regard to all his works, and recognize how he that liveth for ever hath made them so. 2. And all his works go on thus from year to year for and fear and trembling seized them. And they besought me to draw up a petition for them that they might find forgiveness, and to read their petition in the presence of the Lord of heaven. For from thenceforward they could not speak with him, nor lift up their 6 eyes to heaven for shame of their sins for which they had been condemned. Then I wrote out their petition, and the prayer in regard to their spirits and their deeds individually, and in regard to their 7 requests that they should have forgiveness and length. And I went off and sat down at the waters of Dan, in the land of Dan, to the south of the west of Hermon. I read their petition till I fell asleep. And behold, a dream came to me, and visions fell down upon me, and I saw visions of chastisement, and a voice came bidding me to tell it to the sons of heaven and reprimand them. 9 And when I awaked, I came unto them, and they were all sitting gathered together, weeping in 10 Abel's jail, which is between Lebanon and Sinezer, with their faces covered. And I recounted before them all the visions which I had seen in sleep, and I began to speak the words of righteousness, and to reprimand the heavenly watchers. Chapter 14. 1. The book of the words of righteousness, and of the reprimand of the eternal watchers in accordance. 2. In the vision clouds invited me, and a mist summoned me, and the course of the stars and the lightning sped and hastened me, and the winds and night in the vision caused me to fly and lifted me upward, and bore me into heaven. And I went until I drew nigh to a wall which is built of crystals and surrounded by tongues of fire, and it began to affrighten me. And I went into the tongues of fire, and drew nigh to a large house which was built of crystals. And the walls of the house were like a tessellated floor made of crystals, and its groundwork was a leaven of crystal. Its ceiling was like the path of the stars and the lightnings, and between them were 12 fiery cherubim, and their heaven was clear as water. A flaming fire surrounded the walls, and its 13 portals blazed with fire. And I entered into that house, and it was hot as fire and cold as ice. There 14 were no delights of life therein. Fear covered me, and trembling got hold upon me. And as I quaked 15 and trembled, I fell upon my face. And I beheld a vision, and lo, there was a second house, greater 16 than the former. And the entire portal stood open before me, and it was built of flames of fire. And in every respect it so excelled in splendor and magnificence, an extent that I cannot describe to 17 you its splendor and its extent. And its floor was of fire, and above it were lightnings, and the path 18 of the stars, and its ceiling also was flaming fire. And I looked and saw therein a lofty throne. Its appearance was as crystal, and the wheels thereof as the shining sun. And there was the vision of 19 cherubim. And from underneath the throne came streams of flaming fire, so that I could not look 20 thereon. And the great glory sat thereon, and his raiment shone more brightly than the sun, and 21 was whiter than any snow. None of the angels could enter, and could behold his face, by reason 22 of the magnificence and glory, and no flesh could behold him. The flaming fire was round about him, and a great fire stood before him, and none around could draw nigh him. 10,000 times 23 10,000 stood before him. So this is talking about yet he needed no counselor. And the most holy ones who were 24 nigh to him did not leave by night nor depart from him. And until then I had been prostrate on my face, trembling. On my end and the Lord called me with his own mouth and said to me, Come hither, 25 Enoch, and hear my word. I'm tripping on and one of the holy ones came to me and how the fallen angels, and he made me rise up and approach the door. Came and I bowed my face downwards. And started Chapter 15. 1 And he answered and said to me, and I heard his voice, Fear not, Enoch. Started taking the women as their own and impregnating them like, what? And go, say to the watchers of heaven, who have sent thee to intercede for them, you should intercede for men, and not men 3 for you. Doing their Wherefore have ye left the high, holy, and eternal heaven, and lain with women, and defiled yourselves with the daughters of men, and taken to yourselves wives, and done like the children 4 or 5 of earth, and begotten giants as your sons? And though ye were wholly spiritual, living the eternal life, you have defiled yourselves with the blood of women, and have begotten children, with the blood of flesh, and, as the children of men, have lusted after flesh and blood, as those also do who die 5 and perish. Therefore have I given them wives also, that they might impregnate them, and beget 6 children by them, that thus nothing might be wanting to them on earth. But you were formerly 7 spiritual, living the eternal life, and immortal for all generations of the world. And therefore I have not appointed wives for you. For as for the spiritual ones of the heaven, in heaven is their dwelling. 8 And now, the giants, who are produced from the spirits and flesh, shall be called evil spirits upon 9 the earth, and on the earth shall be their dwelling. Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies, because they are born from men, and from the holy watchers is their beginning and primal origin. 10 and 11 They shall be evil spirits on earth, and evil spirits shall they be called. As for the spirits of heaven, in heaven shall be their dwelling. But as for the spirits of the earth which were born upon the earth, on the earth shall be their dwelling. And the spirits of the giants afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, and work destruction on the earth, and cause trouble. They take no food, but nevertheless 12 hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. And these spirits shall rise up against the children of men and against the women, because they have proceeded from them. Chapter 16. One from the days of the slaughter and destruction and death of the giants, from the souls of whose flesh the spirits, having gone forth, shall destroy without incurring judgment. Thus shall they destroy until the day of the consummation. The great judgment in which the age shall be 2, 3 consummated, over the watchers and the godless. Yea, shall be wholly consummated. And now as to the watchers who have sent thee to intercede for them, who had been aforetime in heaven, say 3 to them, you have been in heaven. But all the mysteries had not yet been revealed to you, and you knew worthless ones. And these in the hardness of your hearts you have made known to the women. And through these mysteries women and men work much evil on earth. For say to them therefore, you have no peace. 17 to 36. Enoch's journeys through the earth and Sheol.
Yes,
17 to 19. The first journey, chapter 17.
Prayer on
1 And they took and brought me to a place in which those who were there were like flaming fire. 2, 3 And when they wished, they appeared as men. And they brought me to the place of darkness, and to a mountain the point of whose summit reached to heaven. And I saw the places of the luminaries and the treasuries of the stars and of the thunder, and in the uttermost depths, where were 4 a fiery bow and arrows in their quiver, and a fiery sword and all the lightnings. And they took 5 me to the living waters, and to the fire of the west, which receives every setting of the sun. And I came to a river of fire, in which the fire flows like water, and discharges itself into the great sea towards 6 the west. I saw the great rivers, and came to the great river, and to the great darkness, and went 7 to the place where no flesh walks. I saw the mountains of the darkness of winter, and the place 8 whence all the waters of the deep flow. I saw the mouths of all the rivers of the earth, and the mouth of the deep. Chapter 18. 1 I saw the treasuries of all the winds. I saw how he had furnished with them the whole creation too, and the firm foundations of the earth. And I saw the cornerstone of the earth. I saw the 4 3 winds which bear the earth and the firmament of the heaven. And I saw how the winds stretch out the vaults of heaven, and have their station between heaven and earth. These are the pillars 4 of the heaven. I saw the winds of heaven which turn, and bring the circumference of the sun, and 5 all the stars to their setting. I saw the winds on the earth carrying the clouds. I saw the paths 6 of the angels. I saw at the end of the earth the firmament of the heaven above. And I proceeded and saw a place which burns day and night, where there are 7 mountains of magnificent stones, 7 3 towards the east, and 3 towards the south. And as for those towards the east, 1 was of colored stone, and 1 of pearl, and 1 of jacinth, and those towards the south of red stone. 8 But the middle one reached to heaven like the throne of God, of alabaster, and the summit of the 9, 10, 11 throne was of sapphire. And I saw a flaming fire, and beyond these mountains is a region the end of the great earth. There the heavens were completed, and I saw a deep abyss, with columns of heavenly fire. And among them I saw columns of fire fall, which were beyond measure alike towards 12 the height and towards the depth. And beyond that abyss I saw a place which had no firmament of the heaven above, and no firmly founded earth beneath it. There was no water upon it, and no 13 birds, but it was a waste and horrible place. I saw their 7 stars like great burning mountains, 14, and to me, when I inquired regarding them, the angel said, This place is the end of heaven, and 15 earth. This has become a prison for the stars and the host of heaven. And the stars which roll over the fire are they which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord in the beginning of 16 their rising, because they did not come forth at their appointed times. And he was wroth with them, and bound them till the time when their guilt should be consummated even for 10,000 years. Chapter 19. 1. And Uriel said to me, Here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits assuming many different forms are defiling mankind, and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods. Here shall they stand, till the day of the great judgment, into which they shall be judged, till they are made an end of. And the women also of the angels, who 3 went astray, shall become sirens. And I, Enoch, alone saw the vision, the ends of all things, and no man shall see as I have seen. XX, names and functions of the 7 archangels. Chapter 20. 1-2. And these are the names of the holy angels who watch. Uriel, one of the holy angels, who is 3 over the world and over Tartarus. Raphael, one of the holy angels, who is over the spirits of men. 4-5 Ragel, one of the holy angels who takes vengeance on the world of the luminaries. Michael, 1-6 of the holy angels, to wit, he that is set over the best part of mankind and over chaos. Sarakiel, 7-1 of the holy angels, who is set over the spirits, who sin in the spirit. Gabriel, one of the holy 8 angels, who is over paradise and the serpents and the cherubim. Ramiel, one of the holy angels, whom God set over those who rise. 21-36. The second journey of Enoch. XXI preliminary and final place of punishment of the fallen angels' stars. Chapter 21. 1-2 And I proceeded to where things were chaotic, and I saw there something horrible. I saw neither 3 a heaven above nor a firmly founded earth, but a place chaotic and horrible. And there I saw 4-7 stars of the heaven bound together in it, like great mountains and burning with fire. Then 5 I said, For what sin are they bound, and on what account have they been cast in hither? Then said Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, and was chief over them, and said, Enoch, why 6 dost thou ask, and why art thou eager for the truth? These are of the number of the stars of heaven, which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord, and are bound here till 10,000 years. 7 the time entailed by their sins are consummated. And from thence I went to another place, which was still more horrible than the former, and I saw a horrible thing, a great fire there which burnt and blazed, and the place was cleft as far as the abyss, being full of great descending columns of 8 fire. Neither its extent or magnitude could I see, nor could I conjecture. Then I said, How 9 fearful is the place, and how terrible to look upon. Then Uriel answered me, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, Enoch, why hast thou such fear and affright? And 10 I answered, Because of this fearful place, and because of the spectacle of the pain. And he said unto me, This place is the prison of the angels, and here they will be imprisoned forever. XXI, Sheol or the underworld. Chapter 22. 1 And thence I went to another place, and he mountain and of hard rock. 2 And there was in it 4 hollow places, deep and wide and very smooth. How smooth are the hollow places, and deep and dark to look at. 3 Then Raphael answered, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, These hollow places have been created for this very purpose, that the spirits of the souls of the dead should assemble therein. Yet that all the souls of the children of men should assemble here. And these places have been made to receive them till the day of their judgment, until their appointed period, till the period appointed, till the great judgment comes upon them. I saw the spirit of a dead man making suit. 5 And his voice went forth to heaven and made suit. And I asked Raphael the angel who was 6 with me, and I said unto him, This spirit which mocketh suit, whose is it, whose voice goeth forth and mocketh suit to heaven? 7 And he answered me, saying, This is the spirit which went forth from Abel, whom his brother Cain slew. And he makes his suit against him till his seed is destroyed from the face of the earth, and his seed is annihilated from amongst the seed of men. 8 The I asked regarding it, and regarding all the hollow places, why is one separated from the other? 9 And he answered me and said unto me, These 3 have been made that the spirits of the dead might be separated. And such a division has been made for the spirits of the righteous, in which there is the bright spring of 10 water. And such has been made for sinners when they die and are buried in the earth, and judgment has not been executed on them in their 11 lifetime. Here their spirits shall be set apart in this great pain till the great day of judgment and punishment, and torment of those who curse forever in retribution for their spirits. Their 12 he shall bind them forever. And such a division has been made for the spirits of those who make their suit, who make disclosures concerning their destruction, when they were slain in the days 13 of the sinners. Such has been made for the spirits of men who were not righteous but sinners, who were complete in transgression. And of the transgressors they shall be companions. But their spirits shall not be slain in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised from thence. 14 The eye blessed the Lord of glory and said, Blessed be my Lord, the Lord of righteousness, who ruleth for ever. Exei, the fire that deals with the luminaries of heaven. Chapter 23 1, 2 From thence I went to another place to the west of the ends of the earth. And I saw a burning fire which ran without resting, and paused not from its course day or night, but ran regularly. And for I asked, saying, What is this which rests not? Then Raguel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered me and said unto me, This course of fire which thou hast seen is the fire in the west which persecutes all the luminaries of heaven. 24 to 25 The 7 mountains in the northwest and the tree of life. Chapter 24 1 And from thence I went to another place of the earth, and he showed me a mountain range of 2 fire which burned day and night. And I went beyond it and saw 7 magnificent mountains, all differing each from the other, and the stones thereof were magnificent and beautiful, magnificent as a whole, of glorious appearance and fair exterior. 3 towards the east, 1 founded on the other, and 3 towards the south, 1 upon the other, and deep rough ravines, no one of which 3 joined with any other. And the 7th mountain was in the midst of these, and it excelled them 4 in height, resembling the seat of a throne, and fragrant trees encircled the throne. And amongst them was a tree such as I had never yet smelt, neither was any amongst them, nor were others like it. It had a fragrance beyond all fragrance, and its leaves and blooms, and would wither not forever. 5 And its fruit is beautiful, and its fruit end resembles the dates of a palm. Then I said, How beautiful is this tree, and fragrant, and its leaves are fair, and its blooms very delightful in appearance. 6 Then answered Michael, one of the holy and honored angels who was with me, and was their leader. Chapter 25 1 And he said unto me, Enoch, why dost thou ask me regarding the fragrance of the tree? 2 And why dost thou wish to learn the truth? Then I answered him, saying, I wish to 3 know about everything, but especially about this tree. And he answered, saying, This high mountain which thou hast seen, whose summit is like the throne of God, is his throne, where the holy great one, the Lord of glory, the eternal King, will sit, when he shall come down to visit for the earth with goodness. And as for this fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it till the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all and bring everything to its consummation 5 forever. It shall then be given to the righteous and holy. Its fruit shall be for food to the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord, the eternal King. 6 Then shall they rejoice with joy and be glad, and into the holy place shall they enter. And its fragrance shall be in their bones, and they shall live a long life on earth, such as thy fathers lived. And in their days shall no sorrow or plague or torment or calamity touch them. 7 Then blessed I the God of glory, the eternal King, who hath prepared such things for the righteous, and hath created them and promised to give to them. XXV Jerusalem and the mountains, ravines, and streams. Chapter 26 1 And I went from thence to the middle of the earth, and I saw a blessed place in which there were 2 trees with branches abiding and blooming of a dismembered tree. And there I saw a holy mountain, 3 And underneath the mountain to the east there was a stream, and it flowed towards the south. And I saw towards the east another mountain higher than this, and between them a deep and narrow ravine. In it also ran a stream underneath the mountain. And to the west thereof there was another mountain, lower than the former, and of small elevation, and a ravine deep and dry between 5 of them. And another deep and dry ravine was at the extremities of the 3 mountains. And all the ravines were deep, ran narrow, being formed of hard rock, and trees were not planted upon 6 of them. And I marveled at the rocks, and I marveled at the ravine. I marveled very much. XXVI, the purpose of the accursed valley. Chapter 27 1 Then said I, For what object is this blessed land, which is entirely filled with trees, and this too accursed valley between? Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered and said, This accursed valley is for those who are accursed forever. Here shall all the accursed be gathered together, who utter with their lips against the Lord unseemly words, and of his glory speak hard things. Here shall they be gathered together, and here 3 shall be their place of judgment. In the last days there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment in the presence of the righteous forever. Here shall the merciful bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King. For in the days of judgment over the former, they shall bless him for the mercy in accordance with 5 which he has assigned them, their lot. Then I blessed the Lord of glory, and set forth his glory, and lauded him gloriously. 28 to 33 Further journey to the east. Chapter 28 1 And thence I went towards the east, into the midst of the mountain range of the desert, and 2 I saw a wilderness, and it was solitary, full of trees and plants. And water gushed forth from three above, rushing like a copious watercourse which flowed. Towards the northwest it caused clouds and dew to ascend on every side. Chapter 29. 1. And thence I went to another place in the desert, and approached to the east of this mountain to range. And there I saw aromatic trees exhaling the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh. And the trees also were similar to the almond tree. Chapter 30. 1, 2, and beyond these, I went afar to the east, and I saw another place, a valley full of water. And 3 therein there was a tree, the color of fragrant trees, such as the mastic. And on the sides of those valleys I saw fragrant cinnamon. And beyond these I proceeded to the east. Chapter 31. 1. And I saw other mountains, and amongst them were groves of trees. And there flowed forth from to them nectar, which is named Sarara and Galbanum. And beyond these mountains I saw another mountain to the east of the ends of the earth, whereon were aloe trees. And all the trees were full 3 of stacte, being like almond trees. And when one burnt it, it smelled sweeter than any fragrant odor. Chapter 32. 1. And after these fragrant odors, as I looked towards the north over the mountains, I saw 7 mountains full of choice nard and fragrant trees and cinnamon and pepper. 2. And thence I went over the summits of all these mountains, far towards the east of the earth, and passed above the Erythraean Sea, and went far from it, and passed over the angel Zodiel. And I came to the garden of righteousness, 3 and from afar off trees more numerous than I these trees, and great 2 trees there, very great, beautiful, and glorious, and magnificent, and the tree of knowledge, whose holy fruit they eat and know great wisdom. 4. That tree is in height like the fir, and its leaves are like those of the carob tree. And its fruit 5 is like the clusters of the vine, very beautiful, and the fragrance of a tree penetrates afar. Then 6 I said, how beautiful is the tree, and how attractive is its look. Then Raphael, the holy angel, who was with me, answered me and said, this is the tree of wisdom, of which thy father old in years, and thy aged mother, who were before thee, have eaten. And they learned wisdom, and their eyes were opened. And they knew that they were naked, and they were driven out of the garden. Chapter 33. 1. And from thence I went to the ends of the earth, and saw their great beasts, and each differed from the other. And I saw birds also differing in appearance and beauty and voice, the one differing from the other. And to the east of those beasts I saw the ends of the earth, whereon the heaven 2 rests, and the portals of the heaven open. And I saw how the stars of heaven come forth, and 3 I counted the portals out of which they proceed, and wrote down all their outlets, of each individual star by itself, according to their number and their names, their courses and their positions, and their 4 times and their months, as Uriel the holy angel who was with me showed me. He showed all things to me and wrote them down for me. Also their names he wrote for me, and their laws and their companies. 34 to 35. Enoch's journey to the north. Chapter 34. 1. And from thence I went towards the north to the ends of the earth, and there I saw a great and 2 glorious device at the ends of the whole earth. And here I saw 3 portals of heaven open in the heaven. Through each of them proceed north winds. When they blow there is cold, hail, frost, 3 snow, dew, and rain. And out of one portal they blow for good. But when they blow through the other 2 portals, it is with violence and affliction on the earth, and they blow with violence. Chapter 35. 1. And from thence I went towards the west to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 portals of the heaven open, such as I had seen in the east, the same number of portals, and the same number of outlets. XXXV. The journey to the south. Chapter 36. 1. And from thence I went to the south to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 open portals, 2 of the heaven. And thence there come dew, rain, and wind. And from thence I went to the east to the ends of the heaven, and saw here the 3 eastern portals of heaven open, and small portals 3 above them. Through each of these small portals pass the stars of heaven, and run their course to the west on the path which is shown to them. And as often as I saw, I blessed always the Lord of glory. And I continued to bless the Lord of glory, who has wrought great and glorious wonders, to show the greatness of his work to the angels and to spirits and to men, that they might praise his work and all his creation. That they might see the work of his might, and praise the great work of his hands, and bless him forever. Section 2. Chapters 37 to 71. The parables. Chapter 37. 1. The second vision which he saw, the vision of wisdom, which Enoch the son of Jared, the son 2 of Mahalalel, the son of Cainan, the son of Enos, the son of Seth, the son of Adam, saw. And this is the beginning of the words of wisdom, which I lifted up my voice to speak, and say to those which dwell on earth, hear, ye men of old time, and see, ye that come after, the words of the holy 3:1 which I will speak before the Lord of spirits. It were better to declare them only to the men of old time, but even from those that come after we will not withhold the beginning of wisdom. For till the present day such wisdom has never been given by the Lord of Spirits, as I have received according to my insight, according to the good pleasure of the Lord of Spirits, by whom the lot of 5 eternal life has been given to me. Now 3 parables were imparted to me, and I lifted up my voice and recounted them to those that dwell on the earth. 38 to 44. The first parable, XXXVI, the coming judgment of the wicked. Chapter 38. 1. The first parable, when the congregation of the righteous shall appear, and sinners shall be judged for their sins, and shall be driven from the face of the earth. 2. And when the righteous one shall appear before the eyes of the righteous, whose elect works hang upon the Lord of Spirits, and light shall appear to the righteous and the elect who dwell on the earth, where then will be the dwelling of the sinners, and where the resting place of those who have denied the Lord of Spirits. It had been good for them if they had not been born. 3. When the secrets of the righteous shall be revealed and the sinners judged, and the godless driven from the presence of the righteous and elect. 4. From that time those that possess the earth shall no longer be powerful and exalted, and they shall not be able to behold the face of the holy, for the Lord of Spirits has caused his light to appear on the face of the holy, righteous, and elect. 5. Then shall the kings and the mighty perish, and be given into the hands of the righteous and holy. 6. And thenceforward none shall seek for themselves mercy from the Lord of Spirits, for their life is at an end. XXXIX. The abode of the righteous and the elect one. The praises of the blessed. Chapter 39. 1. And it shall come to pass in those days that elect and holy children will descend from the too high heaven, and their seed will become one with the children of men. And in those days Enoch received books of zeal and wrath, and books of disquiet and expulsion. And mercy shall not be accorded to them. Set the Lord of Spirits. Point 3. And in those days a whirlwind carried me off from the earth, and set me down at the end of the heavens. Point 4. And there I saw another vision, the dwelling places of the holy, and the resting places of the righteous. 5. Here mine eyes saw their dwellings with his righteous angels, and their resting places with the holy. And they petitioned and interceded and prayed for the children of men, and righteousness flowed before them as water, and mercy like dew upon the earth. Thus it is amongst them for ever and ever. 6a. And in that place mine eyes saw the elect one of righteousness and of faith. 7a. And I saw his dwelling place under the wings of the Lord of Spirits. 6b. And righteousness shall prevail in his days, and the righteous and elect shall be without number before him for ever and ever. 7b. And all the righteous and elect before him shall be strong as fiery lights, and their mouth shall be full of blessing, and their lips extol the name of the Lord of Spirits. And righteousness before him shall never fail, and uprightness shall never fail before him. 8. There I wish to dwell, and my spirit longed for that dwelling place. And there heretofore hath been my portion, for so has it been established concerning me before the Lord of Spirits. 9. In those days I praised and extolled the name of the Lord of Spirits with blessings and praises, because he hath destined me for blessing and glory according to the good pleasure of the Lord of 10,11 spirits. For a long time my eyes regarded that place, and I blessed him and praised him, saying, Blessed is he, and may he be blessed from the beginning and forevermore. And before him there is no ceasing. He knows before the world was created what is forever, and what will be from 12 generation unto generation. Those who sleep not bless thee. They stand before thy glory and bless, praise, and extol, saying, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of Spirits. He filleth the earth with 13 spirits. And here my eyes saw all those who sleep not. They stand before him and bless and say, 14. Blessed be thou, and blessed be the name of the Lord for ever and ever. And my face was changed, for I could no longer behold. XLXLI. 2. The 4 archangels. Chapter 40. 1. And after that I saw thousands of thousands and 10,000 times 10,000. I saw a multitude too beyond number and reckoning, who stood before the Lord of Spirits. And on the 4 sides of the Lord of Spirits I saw 4 presences, different from those that sleep not, and I learnt their names. For the angel that went with me made known to me their names, and showed me all the hidden things. 3. And I heard the voices of those 4 presences as they uttered praises before the Lord of glory. 4. 5. The first voice blesses the Lord of Spirits for ever and ever. And the second voice I heard blessing 6. The elect one, and the elect ones who hang upon the Lord of Spirits. And the third voice I heard pray and intercede for those who dwell on the earth, and supplicate in the name of the Lord of Spirits. 7. And I heard the fourth voice fending off the Satans, and forbidding them to come before the Lord aid of spirits to accuse them who dwell on the earth. After that I asked the angel of peace who went with me, who showed me everything that is hidden. Who are these 4 presences which I have 9 seen, and whose words I have heard and written down? And he said to me, This first is Michael, the merciful and long-suffering, and the second, who is set over all the diseases and all the wounds of the children of men, is Raphael. And the third, who is set over all the powers, is Gabriel. And the fourth, who is set over the repentance unto hope of those who inherit eternal life, is named Phanuel. 10. And these are the four angels of the Lord of Spirits, and the four voices I heard in those days. Exalite 3-9. Astronomical Secrets. Chapter 41. 1. And after that I saw all the secrets of the heavens, and how the kingdom is divided, and how the two actions of men are weighed in the balance. And there I saw the mansions of the elect and the mansions of the holy, and mine eyes saw there all the sinners being driven from thence, which deny the name of the Lord of Spirits, and being dragged off. And they could not abide because of the punishment which proceeds from the Lord of Spirits. 3. And their mine eyes saw the secrets of the lightning and of the thunder, and the secrets of the winds, how they are divided to blow over the earth, and the secrets of the clouds and dew. And therefore I saw from whence they proceed in that place, and from whence they saturate the dusty earth. And there I saw closed chambers out of which the winds are divided, the chamber of the hail and winds, the chamber of the mist, and of the clouds, and the cloud thereof hovers over the earth from the 5-6 beginning of the world. And I saw the chambers of the sun and moon, whence they proceed and whither they come again, and their glorious return, and how one is superior to the other, and their stately orbit, and how they do not leave their orbit, and they add nothing to their orbit, and they take nothing from it, and they keep faith with each other, in accordance with the oath by which they 6 are bound together. And first the sun goes forth and traverses his path according to the commandment 7 of the Lord of Spirits, and mighty is his name for ever and ever. And after that I saw the hidden and the visible path of the moon, and she accomplishes the course of her path in that place by day, and by night the one holding a position opposite to the other before the Lord of Spirits. And they give thanks and praise and rest not, for unto them is their thanksgiving rest. 8. For the sun changes oft for a blessing or a curse, and the course of the path of the moon is light to the righteous and darkness to the sinners in the name of the Lord, who made a separation between the light and the darkness, and divided the spirits of men, and strengthened the spirits of the righteous, in the name of his righteousness. 9. For no angel hinders, and no power is able to hinder. For he appoints a judge for them all, and he judges them all before him. Exali, the dwelling places of wisdom and of unrighteousness. Chapter 42. 1. Wisdom found no place where she might dwell. Then a dwelling place was assigned her in the heavens. 2. Wisdom went forth to make her dwelling among the children of men, and found no dwelling place. Wisdom returned to her place, and took her seat among the angels. 3. And unrighteousness went forth from her chambers, whom she sought not she found, and dwelt with them, as rain in a desert and dew on a thirsty land. 43-44. Astronomical Secrets. Chapter 43. 1. And I saw other lightnings and the stars of heaven. And I saw how he called them all by their 2 names, and they hearkened unto him. And I saw how they are weighed in a righteous balance according to their proportions of light. I saw the width of their spaces and the day of their appearing, and how their revolution produces lightning. And I saw their revolution according to the 3 number of the angels, and how they keep faith with each other. And I asked the angel who went forth with me, who showed me what was hidden, what are these? And he said to me, the Lord of Spirits hath showed thee their parabolic meaning lit. Their parable, these are the names of the holy who dwell on the earth, and believe in the name of the Lord of Spirits for ever and ever. Chapter 44. 1. Also another phenomenon I saw in regard to the lightnings. How some of the stars arise and become lightnings and cannot part with their new form. XLVLVI. The second parable. XLV, the lot of the apostates. The new heaven and the new earth. Chapter 45. 1. And this is the second parable concerning those who deny the name of the dwelling of the holy ones and the Lord of Spirits. 2. And into the heaven they shall not ascend, and on the earth they shall not come. Such shall be the lot of the sinners who have denied the name of the Lord of Spirits, who are thus preserved for the day of suffering and tribulation. 3. On that day mine elect one shall sit on the throne of glory, and shall try their works, and their places of rest shall be innumerable. And their souls shall grow strong within them when they see mine elect ones, and those who have called upon my glorious name. For then will I cause mine elect one to dwell among them. And I will transform the heaven, and make it an eternal blessing, and light 5, and I will transform the earth, and make it a blessing. And I will cause mine elect ones to dwell upon it. But the sinners and evildoers shall not set foot thereon. 6. For I have provided and satisfied with peace my righteous ones, and have caused them to dwell before me. But for the sinners there is judgment impending with me, so that I shall destroy them from the face of the earth. XLV, the head of days and the son of man. Chapter 46. 1. And there I saw one who had a head of days, and his head was white like wool, and with him was another being whose countenance had the appearance of a man, and his face was full of graciousness, like one of the holy angels. 2. And I asked the angel who went with me and showed me all the hidden things, concerning that Son of Man, who he was, and whence he was, and why he went with the head of days. And he answered and said unto me, This is the Son of Man who hath righteousness, with whom dwelleth righteousness, and who revealeth all the treasures of that which is hidden, because the Lord of spirits hath chosen him, and whose lot hath the preeminence before the Lord of spirits in uprightness forever. For in this Son of Man whom thou hast seen shall raise up the kings and the mighty from their seats, and the strong from their thrones, and shall loosen the reins of the strong, and break the teeth of the sinners. 5. And he shall put down the kings from their thrones and kingdoms, because they do not extol and praise him, nor humbly acknowledge whence the kingdom was bestowed upon them. 6. And he shall put down the countenance of the strong, and shall fill them with shame. And darkness shall be their dwelling, and worms shall be their bed, and they shall have no hope of rising from their beds, because they do not extol the name of the Lord of spirits. 7. And these are they who judge the stars of heaven, and raise their hands against the Most High, and tread upon the earth and dwell upon it. And all their deeds manifest unrighteousness, and their power rests upon their riches, and their faith is in the gods which they have made with their hands, and they deny the name of the Lord of spirits. 8. And they persecute the houses of his congregations, and the faithful who hang upon the name of the Lord of spirits. XLVI, the prayer of the righteous for vengeance, and their joy at its coming. Chapter 47. 1. And in those days shall have ascended the prayer of the righteous, and the blood of the righteous from the earth before the Lord of spirits. 2. In those days the holy ones who dwell above in the heavens shall unite with one voice, and supplicate and pray, and praise, and give thanks, and bless the name of the Lord of spirits on behalf of the blood of the righteous which has been shed, and that the prayer of the righteous may not be in vain before the Lord of spirits, that judgment may be done unto them, and that they may not have to suffer forever. 3. In those days I saw the head of days when he seated himself upon the throne of his glory, and the books of the living were opened before him. And all his host which is in heaven above and his counselors stood before him. 4. And the hearts of the holy were filled with joy, because the number of the righteous had been offered, and the prayer of the righteous had been heard, and the blood of the righteous been required before the Lord of spirits. XLVII, the fount of righteousness, the Son of Man, the stay of the righteous, judgment of the kings and the mighty. Chapter 48. 1. And in that place I saw the fountain of righteousness which was inexhaustible, and around it were many fountains of wisdom. And all the thirsty drank of them, and were filled with wisdom, and their dwellings were with the righteous and holy and elect. 2. And at that hour that Son of Man was named in the presence of the Lord of spirits, and his name before the head of days. 3. Before the sun and the signs were created, before the stars of the heaven were made, his name was named before the Lord of spirits. For he shall be a staff to the righteous whereon to stay themselves and not fall, and he shall be the light of the Gentiles, and the hope of those who are troubled of heart. 5. All who dwell on earth shall fall down and worship before him, and will praise and bless and celebrate with song the Lord of spirits. 6. And for this reason hath he been chosen and hidden before him, before the creation of the world and forevermore. 7. And the wisdom of the Lord of spirits hath revealed him to the holy and righteous, for he hath preserved the lot of the righteous, because they have hated and despised this world of unrighteousness, and have hated all its works and ways in the name of the Lord of spirits. For in his name they are saved, and according to his good pleasure hath it been in regard to their life. 8. In these days downcast in countenance shall the kings of the earth have become, and the strong who possess the land because of the works of their hands, for on the day of their anguish and affliction they shall not be able to save themselves. 9. And I will give them over into the hands of mine elect. As straw in the fire, so shall they burn before the face of the holy. As lead in the water shall they sink before the face of the righteous, and no trace of them shall any more be found. 10. And on the day of their affliction there shall be rest on the earth, and before them they shall fall and not rise again. And there shall be no one to take them with his hands and raise them, for they have denied the Lord of spirits and his anointed. The name of the Lord of spirits be blessed. 49. The power and wisdom of the elect one. Chapter 49. 1. For wisdom is poured out like water, and glory faileth not before him forevermore. 2. For he is mighty in all the secrets of righteousness, and unrighteousness shall disappear as a shadow, and have no continuance, because the elect one standeth before the Lord of spirits, and his glory is for ever and ever, and his might unto all generations. 3. And in him dwells the spirit of wisdom, and the spirit which gives insight, and the spirit of understanding and of might, and the spirit of those who have fallen asleep in righteousness. 4. And he shall judge the secret things, and none shall be able to utter a lying word before him. For he is the elect one before the Lord of spirits according to his good pleasure. The glorification and victory of the righteous. The repentance of the Gentiles. Chapter 50. 1. And in those days a change shall take place for the holy and elect, and the light of day shall abide upon them, and glory and honor shall turn to the holy. 2. On the day of affliction on which evil shall have been treasured up against the sinners, and the righteous shall be victorious in the name of the Lord of spirits. And he will cause the others to witness this, that they may repent and forego the works of their hands. 3. They shall have no honor through the name of the Lord of spirits, yet through his name shall they be saved, and the Lord of spirits will have compassion on them, for his compassion is great. 4. And he is righteous also in his judgment, and in the presence of his glory unrighteousness also shall not maintain itself. At his judgment the unrepentant shall perish before him. 5. And from henceforth I will have no mercy on them, saith the Lord of spirits. Lee. The resurrection of the dead, and the separation by the judge of the righteous and the wicked. Chapter 51. 1. And in those days shall the earth also give back that which has been entrusted to it, and Sheol also shall give back that which it has received, and hell shall give back that which it owes. 5a. For in those days the elect one shall arise. 2. And he shall choose the righteous and holy from among them, for the day has drawn nigh that they should be saved. 3. And the elect one shall in those days sit on my throne, and his mouth shall pour forth all the secrets of wisdom and counsel. For the Lord of spirits hath given them to him, and hath glorified him. 4. And in those days shall the mountains leap like rams, and the hills also shall skip like lambs satisfied with milk, and the faces of all, the angels in heaven, shall be lighted up with joy. 5b. And the earth shall rejoice. C. And the righteous shall dwell upon it. D. And the elect shall walk thereon. I. The 7 metal mountains, and the elect one. Chapter 52. 1l. And after those days in that place where I had seen all the visions of that which is hidden, for 2 I had been carried off in a whirlwind, and they had borne me towards the west, there mine eyes saw all the secret things of heaven that shall be, a mountain of iron, and a mountain of copper, and a mountain of silver, and a mountain of gold, and a mountain of soft metal, and a mountain of lead. 3. And I asked the angel who went with me, saying, What things are these which I have seen in secret? And he said unto me, All these things which thou hast seen shall serve the dominion of his anointed, that he may be potent and mighty on the earth. 5. And that angel of peace answered, saying unto me, Wait a little, and there shall be revealed unto thee all the secret things which surround the Lord of spirits. 6. And these mountains which thine eyes have seen, the mountain of iron, and the mountain of copper, and the mountain of silver, and the mountain of gold, and the mountain of soft metal, and the mountain of lead, all these shall be in the presence of the elect one as wax, before the fire, and like the water which streams down from above upon those mountains, and they shall become powerless before his feet. 7. And it shall come to pass in those days that none shall be saved, either by gold or by silver, and none be able to escape. 8. And there shall be no iron for war, nor shall one clothe oneself with a breastplate. Bronze shall be of no service, and tin shall be of no service, and shall not be esteemed, and lead shall not be desired. 9. And all these things shall be denied and destroyed from the surface of the earth, when the elect one shall appear before the face of the Lord of spirits. Liv. The valley of judgment, the angels of punishment, the communities of the elect one. Chapter 53. 1. There mine eyes saw a deep valley with open mouths, and all who dwell on the earth and sea and islands shall bring to him gifts and presents and tokens of homage. But that deep valley shall not become full. 2. And their hands commit lawless deeds, and the sinners devour all whom they lawlessly oppress. Yet the sinners shall be destroyed before the face of the Lord of spirits, and they shall be banished from off the face of his earth, and they shall perish for ever and ever. 3. For I saw all the angels of punishment abiding there, and preparing all the instruments of Satan. 4. And I asked the angel of peace who went with me, For whom are they preparing these instruments? 5. And he said unto me, They prepare these for the kings and the mighty of this earth, that they may thereby be destroyed. 6. And after this the righteous and elect one shall cause the house of his congregation to appear. Henceforth they shall be no more hindered in the name of the Lord of spirits. 7. And these mountains shall not stand as the earth before his righteousness, but the hills shall be as a fountain of water, and the righteous shall have rest from the oppression of sinners. Chapter 54. 1. And I looked and turned to another part of the earth, and saw there a deep valley with burning fire. And they brought the kings and the mighty, and began to cast them into this deep valley. 3. And there mine eyes saw how they made these their instruments, iron chains of immeasurable weight. 4. 5. And I asked the angel of peace who went with me, saying, For whom are these chains being prepared? And he said unto me, These are being prepared for the hosts of Aazel, so that they may take them, and cast them into the abyss of complete condemnation. And they shall cover their jaws with rough stones, as the Lord of spirits commanded. 6 And Michael, and Gabriel, and Raphael, and Phanuel shall take hold of them on that great day, and cast them on that day into the burning furnace, that the Lord of spirits may take vengeance on them for their unrighteousness in becoming subject to Satan, and leading astray those who dwell on the earth. LIV.7, LV.2, Noachic fragment on the first world judgment. 7. And in those days shall punishment come from the Lord of spirits, and he will open all the chambers of waters which are above the heavens, and of the fountains which are beneath the earth. 8. And all the waters shall be joined with the waters. That which is above the heavens is the masculine. 9. And the water which is beneath the earth is the feminine. And they shall destroy all who dwell 10 on the earth, and those who dwell under the ends of the heaven. And when they have recognized their unrighteousness which they have wrought on the earth, then by these shall they perish. LV.3, LVI.4, Final Judgment of Azazel, the Watchers and their children. Chapter 55. 1. And after that the head of days repented and said, In vain have I destroyed all who dwell on the earth, and he sware by his great name. Henceforth I will not do so to all who dwell on the earth, and I will set a sign in the heaven. And this shall be a pledge of good faith between me and them forever, so long as heaven is above the earth. And this is in accordance with my command. 3. When I have desired to take hold of them by the hand of the angels on the day of tribulation and pain because of this, I will cause my chastisement and my wrath to abide upon them, saith for God, the Lord of spirits. Ye mighty kings who dwell on the earth, ye shall have to behold mine elect one, how he sits on the throne of glory and judges Azazel, and all his associates, and all his hosts in the name of the Lord of spirits. Chapter 56. 1. And I saw there the hosts of the angels of punishment going, and they held scourges and chains 2 of iron and bronze. And I asked the angel of peace who went with me, saying, To whom are 3 these who hold the scourges going? And he said unto me, To their elect and beloved ones, that they may be cast into the chasm of the abyss of the valley. For in then that valley shall be filled with their elect and beloved, and the days of their lives shall be at an end. And the days of their leading astray shall not thenceforward be reckoned. LVI.5-8, Last struggle of the heathen powers against Israel. 5. And in those days the angels shall return and hurl themselves to the east upon the Parthians and Medes. They shall stir up the kings, so that a spirit of unrest shall come upon them, and they shall rouse them from their thrones, that they may break forth as lions from their lairs, and as hungry wolves among their flocks. 6. And they shall go up and tread under foot the land of his elect ones, and the land of his elect ones shall be before them a threshing floor and a highway, smiley face. 7. But the city of my righteous shall be a hindrance to their horses, and they shall begin to fight among themselves, and their right hand shall be strong against themselves, and a man shall not know his brother, nor a son his father or his mother, till there be no number of the corpses through their slaughter, and their punishment be not in vain. 8. In those days Sheol shall open its jaws, and they shall be swallowed up therein, and their destruction shall be at an end. Sheol shall devour the sinners in the presence of the elect. LVI, the return from the dispersion. Chapter 57. 1. And it came to pass after this that I saw another host of wagons, and men riding thereon, and 2 coming on the winds from the east, and from the west to the south. And the noise of their wagons was heard. And when this turmoil took place, the holy ones from heaven remarked it. And the pillars of the earth were moved from their place, and the sound thereof was heard from the one end of heaven 3 to the other in one day. And they shall all fall down and worship the Lord of spirits. And this is the end of the second parable. 58-71. The third parable. LVII, the blessedness of the saints. Chapter 58. 1. And I began to speak the third parable concerning the righteous and elect. 2. Blessed are ye, ye righteous and elect, for glorious shall be your lot. 3. And the righteous shall be in the light of the sun, and the elect in the light of eternal life. The days of their life shall be unending, and the days of the holy without number. 4. And they shall seek the light, and find righteousness with the Lord of spirits. There shall be peace to the righteous in the name of the eternal Lord. 5. And after this it shall be said to the holy in heaven that they should seek out the secrets of righteousness, the heritage of faith. For it has become bright as the sun upon earth, and the darkness is past. 6. And there shall be a light that never endeth, and to a limit lit. Number of days they shall not come, for the darkness shall first have been destroyed, and the light established before the Lord of spirits, and the light of uprightness established forever before the Lord of spirits. LX, the lights and the thunder. Chapter 59. 1. In those days mine eyes saw the secrets of the lightnings, and of the lights, and the judgments they executed, their judgment, and they lighten for a blessing or a curse as the Lord of 2 spirits willeth. And there I saw the secrets of the thunder, And how when it resounds above in the heaven,
We just went
the
through
sound
the
thereof is
3
heard.
parables.
And he caused me to see the judgments executed on
So
the
we're going to
earth,
stop at
whether they
chapter
be for
60.
well-being and blessing, or for a curse according to the word of
And
the
then
Lord
we'll
of
pick up.
spirits. 3 And after that all the secrets of the lights and lightnings were shown to me, and they lighten for blessing and for satisfying. Book of Noah of fragment LX. Quaking of a heaven. Behemoth and Leviathan, the elements. Chapter 60. 1 In the year 500 in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month in the life of Enoch. In that parable I saw how a mighty quaking made the heaven of heavens to quake, and the host of the Most High, and the angels, 1,000 thousands and 10,000 times 10,000, were too disquieted with a great disquiet. And the head of days sat on the throne of his glory, and the angels and the righteous stood around him. 3 And a great trembling seized me, and fear took hold of me, and my loins gave way, and dissolved were my reins, and I fell upon my face. 4 And Michael sent another angel from among the holy ones, and he raised me up. And when he had raised me up, my spirit returned. For I had not been able to endure the look of this host, and the 5 commotion and the quaking of the heaven. And Michael said unto me, Why art thou disquieted with such a vision? Until this day lasted the day of his mercy. And he hath been merciful and 6 long suffering towards those who dwell on the earth. And when the day, and the power, and the punishment, and the judgment come, which the Lord of spirits hath prepared for those who worship not the righteous law, and for those who deny the righteous judgment, and for those who take his name in vain, that day is prepared, for the elect a covenant, but for sinners an inquisition. 25. When the punishment of the Lord of spirits shall rest upon them, it shall rest in order that the punishment of the Lord of spirits may not come in vain, and it shall slay the children with their mothers, and the children with their fathers. Afterwards the judgment shall take place according to his mercy and his patience. 7. And on that day were 2 monsters parted, a female monster named Leviathan, to dwell in the 8 abysses of the ocean over the fountains of the waters. But the male is named Behemoth, who occupied with his breast a waste wilderness named Duodane, on the east of the garden where the elect and righteous dwell, where my grandfather was taken up, the 7th from Adam, the first 9 man whom the Lord of spirits created. And I besought the other angel that he should show me the might of those monsters, how they were parted on one day and cast, the one into the abysses 10 of the sea, and the other unto the dry land of the wilderness. And he said to me, Thou son of man, herein thou dost seek to know what is hidden. 11 And the other angel who went with me and showed me what was hidden told me what is first and last in the heaven in the height, and beneath the earth in the depth, and at the ends of the 12 heaven, and on the foundation of the heaven, and the chambers of the winds, and how the winds are divided, and how they are weighed, and how the portals of the winds are reckoned, each according to the power of the wind, and the power of the lights of the moon, and according to the power that is fitting, and the divisions of the stars according to their names, and how all the divisions 13 are divided, and the thunders according to the places where they fall, and all the divisions that are made among the lightnings that it may lighten, and their hosts that they may at once obey. 14 For the thunder has places of rest which are assigned to it, while it is waiting for its peal. And the thunder and lightning are inseparable, and although not one and undivided, they both go together 15 through the Spirit and separate not. For when the lightning lightens, the thunder utters its voice, and the Spirit enforces a pause during the peal, and divides equally between them. For the treasury of their peals is like the sand, and each one of them as it peals is held in with a bridle, and turned back by the power of the Spirit, and pushed forward according to the many quarters of the earth. 16 And the spirit of the sea is masculine and strong, and according to the might of his strength he draws it back with a rein, and in like manner it is driven forward and disperses amid all the mountains 17 of the earth. And the spirit of the hoarfrost is his own angel, and the spirit of the hail is a good 18 angel. And the spirit of the snow has forsaken his chambers on account of his strength. There is a 19 special spirit therein, and that which ascends from it is like smoke, and its name is frost. And the spirit of the mist is not united with them in their chambers, but it has a special chamber. For its course is glorious both in light and in darkness, and in winter and in summer, and in its chamber is an angel. 20 And the spirit of the dew has its dwelling at the ends of the heaven, and is connected with the chambers of the rain, and its course is in winter and summer. And its clouds and the clouds of a 21 mist are connected, and the one gives to the other. And when the spirit of the rain goes forth from its chamber, the angels come and open the chamber and lead it out. And when it is diffused over the whole earth, it unites with the water on the earth. And whensoever it unites with the water on 22 the earth, for the waters are for those who dwell on the earth, for their nourishment for the earth from the Most High who is in heaven. Therefore there is a measure for the rain. 23 And the angels take it in charge. And these things I saw towards the garden of the righteous. 24 And the angel of peace who was with me said to me, These two monsters, prepared conformably to the greatness of God, shall feed. Elexite angels go off to measure paradise. The judgment of the righteous by the elect one. The praise of the elect one and of God. Chapter 61. 1. And I saw in those days how long cords were given to those angels.
All right. So we got through 60 chapters. Hi, Hennessy. Hello. 2 a.m. where you're at. 4 a.m. where I'm at. Hennessy the Black Rose. I like that name. That's pretty. That's a pretty name. So we started the Book of Enoch. We got through 60 chapters of the first book. And I must say that it's quite interesting every time that it's read. And I guess it's just like any other book. You have to read it multiple times, and each time that you read it, you will get more information that you missed the first few times that you read it or whatnot. So this is a pretty good read. It's a pretty good read. You as well. You have an amazing day as well. Thank you very much. Yeah. So we will pick back up with chapter 61 of book 1 of Enoch later on. So come back, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Yes, do that. It's 4 a.m. We are in the watch hours. We are in the spiritual realm. So this is a perfect time, guys, to be reading the word and praying to God, listening for him, talking to him, all of those great things. This is the time, the spiritual realm, while everyone else is sleeping and we are awake. This is the time to connect with the Most High, and just take in what you can take in the spiritual realm. So I am going to do the same thing. I'm going to get off. I finished my hair, and we got through 60 chapters of the Book of Enoch. So I will see you guys later. And sure that I'm going to come back on live later on with some more prayers. Earlier tonight, I was doing prayer and completely got stopped, which I was almost done with the prayer, but I got stopped in it and my phone just completely glitched and went out. So I was like, the devil is a lie. The enemy did not want me to finish that prayer. But the best thing about it is I was at the end of the prayer, so everything had already been said that needed to be said. So he still did not win that battle. Anyways, guys, you guys pray, you guys do your thing, and may you receive something wonderful. May you receive revelation. May you receive what you're looking for, because the word does say, work out your own salvation. Do not look to man for what you are looking for. Look to the Most High. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.